Hello everybody, it's Lisa Brown, Brown Eye Goes Crafting. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh goodness, my nose started to itch just as soon as I came on here. Let me see if I can find another brush over here. That may be good. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see if anybody's hopping on. Hey Joanne Webster Hughes. I'm sorry. Hey Sharon. We're gonna stain some little boards here, and we're going to make us some cute little Patriotic shelf setters. You could put these, you could probably get these on a tiered tray if you had one that had a little bit of height to it. Hey Debbie. Hey Andrea. Hey Rita. Okay, I put just a little bit of water on my board here, and I'm using this antique wax. And we're just going to give these a little bit of a aged look here. I like the rustic 4th of July stuff better than I like any other 4th of July. I like it a little bit more rustic. And I've already done all of these, but see, we just put a little bit of water and a little bit of antiquing wax, or you can use some brown paint, just whatever you have, and that will work. Hey Charlotte. We sure did. Hey Denise. It's been a pretty day here today too. I didn't do a whole lot. It was just a little crazy. But we're gonna, I'll tell you what, let me set that one aside. It's still wet. Let me get one of these that's dry. And these are about 4.5, well, it's actually almost 5 inches. It's like 4 7/8 by 5 1/8. It's just a piece of scrap wood I had out there, and I went and I cut it down, and I just started making some slices and try to keep them the same size. Hey Teresa, hey Linda, hey Terry, hey Cindy. So what I did, we're going to paint these. I'm going to do this one a white, and we're just going to kind of dry brush it. There's my paper towels. Hey Nora. Let's get a couple here. We're going to need a couple. We're going to take a dry brush, and I think I'll use this one. Well, I kind of want a stiff one. Let's do this one. We'll dry brush with this one. Aw, thank you, Nora. Hey, Mary. Hey, Becky. Hey, Susie. So I'm just going to take some white chalk paint, just a little bit on my brush here. And we're going to drag that off. We're going to just start doing some white on this one. Maybe a little bit more than what I had there. And we may have to dry it and put another coat on it, because, you know, sometimes it wants to take on that color of paint that you got underneath it, even though it's dry. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Joanne Barker. Hey, Joe Smart. Let's see if I can get enough off of here. Because I want to, I'll tell you what, we may just paint it, and then we may just go ahead and just sand it. That may be better. Okay, let's just get a little bit extra on there. And I'm not going to do all my edges. I'm going to just kind of come up and leave some of our edging there. Let that one dry. And I'm going to just set it right there. We're going to let that one dry. And I'm going to save my white brush because I may need it. And then this one we're going to do red. And I'm just going to use my crimson red, and I probably need another bigger brush to dry brush. Let me get it right there so I don't get pink. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing. We're going to need a little bit more than that. There we go. And I'm not going to go all the way down. We're just going to kind of do the middle part of them. Hey, Betty, how are you doing? There we go. And just, this is going to be a pretty red. It's that Waverly Crimson. And I like it, but I also like the the acrylic bright red too. But this is more of a vintagey look. I just got off a FaceTime with Ashley. She's making some bows to go on some things for the cheerleading competition this weekend. Because we're going to leave Friday after Jeff is done with the encouraging word of the day and go to Oklahoma City. I need to get my military ID renewed. We're going to spend the night. And there we got this red one done. Oh, we had a good Easter. We got to do it with all of our kids yesterday. Well, 2 of our daughters yesterday. Haley was doing Easter in Maine today. Hey, George Smith. This one we're going to need blue. Let's just try this brush here. And I think I put some in my lid here. Let's just go with this brush. It's a little stiffer, but it's a little smoother. See if I can get enough blue out of that. And we're going to need 2 of these that are blue. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to go all over. We're just going to kind of leave some of that brown. Whoops. Took the whole lid with me. Now this blue right here, when it dries, it looks more like a worn, dark denim blue. We are making some little bitty shelf setters that you could probably put in a tier tray. You could set these up on a shelf. These are going to be Patriotic. And I know July's not here yet, but we can always get started on something. I love Christmas in July. So July, we kind of have to split Christmas and 4th of July. Before we know it, school's going to be out, and then they'll be going right back in. Hey, Stacy. Okay, and there we got that one. You can see I didn't go all the way down. We're going to need 2 of these because we're going to have 2 different things on these. Now this one, I'm not going to quite get as much of it in the center because we're going to put a big old white heart on the center of this one. And that way it doesn't look, well, let's just go ahead and do it. We'll dry it real good and we'll come right over it. And then we just got another blue one. I'm running out of space. And let's go ahead and set that aside. And on this one, we're going to paint it red and white. So we got some tape here. And my tape is a little wider than what I want. So I think I'm going to try to cut it in half. And if my edges are a little jaggedy, that's okay. I don't mind. But I didn't have any thinner masking tape handy. So we're going to use this. So we're going to paint this one red. We're going to dry it really good, and then we're going to come back and put some white stripes on it. And I think I'm going to use this other side because that's got a big old gash out of it. That's right, Brenda. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and paint it pretty much out to my ends. Aw, thank you, Laurie. Yeah, if you guys could all share this video out, I appreciate it, because Shar and I both have not been on as much as we need to be, and it's really hurt our algorithm. So Facebook isn't sending us out very much, but when you guys share us out, which is just free for you guys to do, it helps us. In fact, it helps any crafter if you can just share them out. Thank you, Poe. You guys all go and follow her page too. That's her page name there. Okay, we got that red. Now, we're going to have to dry this red really good because I don't want pink. I don't want pink stripes. I want red and white. Hey, Debbie Ashley. Hey, Lisa Ogden. Hey, Cindy. I hope you guys had a happy Easter too. I'll make sure this red is good and dry because I don't want pink. It's okay if it looks a little grungy, but we don't want it pink. Hey, Donna. Now I'm not going to do anything to the sides. I did go ahead and I aged the back of these. That way they're just not... yeah, it does help to share replays too. Anytime you can share our replays is great. Hey, Ellen. And I think what I'm going to do before I even put my white down, I'm going to go ahead and distress this red with my sanding block. That way it doesn't get muddy looking. So we're going to go ahead and kind of distress the red just a little bit. Because you know when you start sanding on red, it wants to turn pink if you got anything white on it. Oh, you made deviled eggs for the first time? You know, I didn't make any deviled eggs this time. I just didn't even think about it. My dad was the one who loved deviled eggs. And I don't like them, but I like making them. Hey, Gina. Okay. I'm going to blow that off. We just kind of sanded that edge there. And we're going to take our pieces of masking tape that I tore in half or cut it in half. And mine kind of stuck together here. So let me take this little piece here off so I can have as much of this piece as I can. You love them? I always made them for my dad, but I would always have my kids test them because they liked them. Oh, that's good, Mary. Well, maybe not. We're going to have to just wing it. I think I'm going to go long ways with these. Even though they're pretty much the same size, one does have a longer side than the other. Let's see, we're going to do a white down at the bottom. No, we're going to do red at the bottom. So let's keep our red right there. And I'm going to let my tape go over my edge here. And we're going to have a little thin white one. What we want to do is about the same size. About the same size here. Hey, Janetta. I'm going to cut one more piece here in half. We're going to try to paint our own stars. I printed off a template that I'm going to use some graphite paper. And hopefully that'll work. And hand paint our stars. And tomorrow at 1:30, Shar and I will be on, and I found the cutest little thing we're going to paint tomorrow. We decided to paint. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit right there. I'll tell you what, let's use this one. It's a little bit bigger. I want to keep, let me keep my good side. I want to make sure that top is red. And I'm going to cut this just a little bit thinner. And try to keep it where I don't have like a big jagged edge. We usually have thinner masking tape here, but since we have the Glowforge, we just started buying the wider tape. Because when we peel stuff off, sometimes it's easier having the wider stuff. Hey, Tina. Hey, Deborah. Oh, okay, here, hold on. My fingers don't want to work right. Let's peel this piece off the back. But I was showing, as I was saying, I was showing Ashley the awareness bow, and it took a little bit, but she got it. And she was really proud of herself because she figured it out through FaceTime. Okay, now we're going to take our white. Let me get a little bit more here. Hey, Lynn. Did you guys have a good time today with the kids? This is going to kind of be see-through in some places. It's not going to be a fully white area. I need to ask Lauren if Declan's going to go to daycare tomorrow because I heard he didn't feel good this morning. Oh, good. I tell you what, Declan sure likes hunting eggs, that's for sure. He's got it figured out this year. Hey, Vivian. Well, you know, I decided to come on today because I know there's people at home that don't have family. Their family may live away, or you may have did Easter a different day. And that way we can still all be here chatting. Hey, Wyatt's Whatnots, how are you doing? Okay. There we just have kind of a rustic looking little flag, and we're going to let that dry for just a minute because we're probably going to sand over that white just a little bit. I'll set it right there. And then this blue one right here, we're going to freehand a heart on here. Hey, Ashley, there's my daughter. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Yeah, I think the stripes probably turned out better than I thought. At least they're not pink. Let's go ahead and dry that right there. All right, this is going to be a new one for me because normally I don't freehand anything. I'm going to get a little bit of paint here on my brush. I think I'm going to do, I tell you what, let's go ahead and do the same thing. Let's sand this one first too. That way we don't get a light blue. There we go. I'm just kind of sanding my edges down and getting just a little bit of that wood coming up. Oh, I like that right there. We'll make a little bit more of that come up. There we go. Now let's get our white. Let's try to freehand a heart. Everybody should be able to draw a heart. Now, is it going to be a good heart? I don't know. Is it going to be even? I don't know, but we're going to try. Oh, Nora, I know that's hard. We had 2 of the 3 of our girls here yesterday. Haley was in Maine, and so she spent Easter today with Mike's family. But I know they are going to be home in Oklahoma sometime in May. I think the first week of May. And I'll get to see her for a little bit. And I always mess up my heart down here at the bottom, so I'm just going to come down and try to straighten that out just a little bit. Hey, Sherry Davis. Thank you, Becky. Hey, Michelle. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more white. I'm going to put a fairly good coat on it, but we're going to scratch some of it off when we're done here. Had to post until Sunday because, oh goodness, Linda, I'm so sorry. We're just going to take it and I'm going to try to straighten my side up just a little bit. And smooth it out. Oh, we did, Michelle. I hope you did too. Okay. We got that one right there. It's kind of a lopsided, wonky looking heart, but that's okay. We'll take that. And then we're going to take our red one here and do the same thing. Tell you what, let me get my brush wet. Maybe that'll help the paint flow just a little bit better. All right. Start at the bottom. This is going to look a little bit better. This is a skinnier one. I have got a piece of graphite here for some stars because I can't do a star. I mean, I can if I had a piece of paper and I could write. You know, the way we go up and down and over and like that. I can do that, but not painting one. I can't. All right, let's go ahead and paint our heart here. Hey, Deborah, Dapper. Hey, Diane. Your niece who lives in Maine just got home this morning. Oh, that's good, Stacy. I can't go 2 years without seeing Haley, so I'll definitely be coming that way. 6 months is about all I can last. Hey, Lisa Ann. Tell you what, we're going to be in Texas here before you know it. I need to go get the graphic and post it because there's going to be several crafters that I haven't got to meet yet. And Char and I are both excited to go meet them. Okay. This one looks a little bit better, but oops, I see a little bit of pink in it. Let me dry it and get rid of that pink. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Carlotta Hudson. Thank you, Denise. I got a little bit of pink there at the top, so I don't want a pink heart. I want a white distressed heart. I don't want pink. Okay, and there is our other white one. We set up there. And then this white one here, we're going to do a small red heart. And I was hoping I had a paint pen, but I don't. But I do have a little marker. Let me see what this is. I might be able to use that for my other thing. Hey, Hootie Hoo. You doing all right, Summer? All right, let's get our red right here. Now, a little heart may be harder to do than a big one. Happy Easter to you too, Joe. Boniful Boutique Designs. Well, welcome to our page. Let us know what your name is so we can get to know you. Okay, let's do this little red one, and we're not going to distress this little red one. I don't know. We might. We might. Oh, welcome, Bonnie. If you guys see Bonnie's page there, guys, go and follow her. Oh, thank you. Oops. It's a little bit big on me. I've lost weight, and I still like wearing it because it's nice and comfy. Oh, Linda, we are. I can't wait. I've been wanting to go to Canton forever and just never had the chance to do it. And when Sheila goes this summer, I'll be recovering from surgery, so that's not going to help. Okay. There we've got our little red heart. I'm just going to lay my brushes up there, and we're going to dry this. And I hand wrote out the word USA. Thank you guys for all welcoming Bonnie. Hey, Kelly. And I like this dry as a really dark red. Really dark red. Okay. And I just hand wrote that out. And we're going to take our graph paper. I'm going to kind of mark my edges here so I know where I'm at. Let's see. That's pretty close to being center. But I think I want to go up just a tad. And I just have an ink pen here. So we're just going to go and mark our edges here. And the nice thing about it is, as I'm marking this off, I can make a few little changes if I need to. And hopefully that's on there. Nice and dark. But we're going to have to go on and we're going to have to paint it on, because that is just graphite paper. I'm going to try to use this little pen and see if it'll let me mark over this instead of painting it. And it's not. So I'm going to take my Waverly, this little bitty bottle of Waverly black, because it's a little thinner. And let me get a thin brush. I know I've got one right here. Let's go ahead and, that's not thin enough. Let me move these brushes here out of the way. There's a thin one. I'm gonna get a little bit of water on my brush and a little bit of black. Whoops. I'm out of my lines, but you know what? That's okay. It doesn't matter. It's going to be rustic. Hey, Debbie from Driftwood and Shine with Debbie and Sunshine. How are you guys doing? Are you guys back from your little trip? Now I'm going to go in the middle and get that S. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Rita. Okay, let me make my little mark. Hey, Glenda. right now, a lot of my craft supplies are all boxed up, so it's making it kind of hard for me to think of anything to do. And I went out on the porch and I saw a piece of wood and I thought, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. Now I can go back with a little bit of white and touch up that, but I'm not going to worry about it. Not going to worry about it. We're going to make some cute little shelf setters here. I'm going to put that back on so I don't dump it like I did the brown. Because yesterday we dumped the brown. I'm going to get just a little bit right here on my brush. I'm just going to kind of fix that little bitty oops up. There we go. So there's our first one we have completed right there. Just really simple. Nothing to it. You guys can do these. You don't have to have a stencil. Ah, thank you, Denise. Now, this is dry. I'm going to go ahead and take my sander. And we're just going to sand these just a little bit. I'm going to brush that off ever so often so I don't get a bunch of pink dust. Okay, and this is our second one that's finished. I'm going to set it right there with that one. And then we have our heart right here. Let's go ahead and dry it just a little bit. Oh, you had a hard time finding me tonight. I'm sorry. Hey, Deborah. Okay, I went ahead and dried that just a little bit. Let's see. Let's get this side here because it's not quite as gunked up. Now, if I get this and it looks a little bit pink, when it dries a little better, I'll come back with a real thin coat of white and brighten that up just a little bit. But there's our second one right there. It looks pretty sanded down, worn down. It's the third one. Did I do all my blocks? Nope, we still have a blue in here. Same thing with this one. Let's go ahead and sand it a little bit. Kind of smooth it out. Get a little bit of that blue come through there. And there is our blue one. And then we have our other blue one here that we're going to do some stars. And I hope I can see the stars. I'm going to just kind of wrap this around a little bit so I can kind of see my edges here. And I just printed these off on my computer. And we're just going to make sure our tip is up on our star. And see if I can see this. If I can't, we may have to just try to wing it. Oh, I can see it. That's good. So let's do another one right about here. They don't have to be in the same place. We can just randomly put them on here. And what I did is I typed in free star shapes. And then I just printed it out on my printer. I think on this one I typed out multi because it gave me multi sizes. Hey, Vicky. Okay, I see I've got one here, here, and here. Let's come down here. And I'm just getting my outline here. There. Let's put another one right here. And I'm just kind of rough shape. It's not going to be perfect, that's for sure. And let's put another one right about there. Now you can go buy some of those reusable star shapes. But I didn't have any here. I probably have a magnolia one, but I've got them all packed up again. I'm going to take a little brush. That's not a pointer one. Let's take a small. Let's get it wet. And I'm going to take a little bit of paint. I'm going to stick in my lid right there. I'm going to get a little bit of water on my brush and thin it out just a little bit. And I'm going to start at the top. And I'm just going to outline as best I can. It's not going to be perfect. And so there we got our first little star. And you can see where that did pretty good. That was just a dark piece of graphite paper that I got at Hobby Lobby. You can get them in a package. And I want to say there's about 10 sheets in a package. And this one I've used several times. Okay, let's come down and let's fill this one in. And that didn't really have a point right there, so we're just going to kind of make a point. And we're just kind of filling them in. Just like that. Maybe some little rounded edges is okay. Thank you, Lisa Ann. Whoops. I did it again. I'm going to lose my tip. Let me kind of bring it down. That's okay, because it's not going to matter. That one looks a little thin. There you go. Not quite, but it's okay. Hey, Rebecca Popcott. I hope I said that right. And let's do this side first, that way we don't drag our hand through it, since I'm right-handed. I can't wait until I have a place to stack some of my stuff up that I've made. And it'll be a lot easier to have auctions once I get into my shop. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one. Gibb decided today he wanted to be outside most of the time, because yesterday he was in his crate for most of the time. Where did you get your turntable? I bought this little turntable at a thrift store for like $5. And you can see I've just gotten paint all over it. But I didn't intend on, and this was just an old piece of wood that they had on here. It wasn't nothing special, like a good turntable like you would use for decorating. This was just an old piece of wood. And it was a little scuffed up, and that's okay because I knew what I was going to use it for. Hey, Michelle Myers. I hope you guys had a good Easter with Georgia. I know Declan sure enjoyed himself, and so did the girls. Layla, she's really into getting the golden eggs this year. She was looking. Okay. We are just about done with these. If you had a paint pen, you could actually draw these on yourself really good. Just use that old method that we do on paper. Some of these look a little wonky, but you know what? That's okay. Oh yeah, she is. Layla likes money. Trying to get some of my points here back where I kind of cut them off. Some of these look like the old stars, not very star-like. You had a good Easter, Terry? All right, here's the last one. Let me go ahead and hit it with the dryer real quick. And we'll show you all 5 of these that we did just really quick. Okay. There's that one. You can see I got a little wonky with some of the edges, but that's okay. Let me get all my stars here. Let me go ahead and cover up my paint so I don't spill it. Hey, Gloria. I hope you had a good one, too. What kind of signs do I make? Beverly, I make signs of all kinds. I do sometimes with wood cutouts. Sometimes I use a stencil. I'll get ready to start doing more of those when I'm in my shop and I have a place to do it. I love doing shelf setters. Let's see how we can do these. Let's see how we can do these. These will all stand up on their own. Whoop, that didn't work. Because I'm moving it. Looks like I got that one a little taller than the rest of them. But that's okay. And there we got all 5 of them right there. And it only took us about, what, 43 minutes to do it? It's not bad at all. But these will actually go on a tiered tray. If you have a tiered tray that has at least a 5-inch. Oh, I know why that one's taller, because I wanted it taller. I should have did it this way. That's why. If I had done it that way, they would all be the same size. In the same way. Oh, thank you, Laurie. Thank you, Mary. Anyway, hey, Carrie Ward. Hey, Natalie. Oh, thank you, Poe. Oh, thanks, Natalie. Anyway, you guys have a great evening tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 1:30 for 2 Hearts, 1 Brain, and we will be on Char's page tomorrow. And then I'll be back on again sometime tomorrow evening. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sherry. But you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.